Alright, what is up YouTube? So today I'm going to be showcasing my Mermail Atlantean deck post DUOV and post ETCO, since we're probably not going to get an event until then, and it was kind of weird to kind of make a pre-ETCO list when the deck is much better post ETCO. So I'm going to be showcasing some post ETCO, post DUOV combos, and then I'll showcase the deck profiles, since the replays kind of explain the theory and the deck profile. So let's get started. First, we're going to start off with the Deep Sea Diva combo. This is going to be your standard combo in this deck. I know a lot of people are focusing on Omega and they're focusing on the Desert Locust, but in this combo I'm going to be showcasing the Needle Fiber combo, but instead going into the new Mecha Phantom Beast Link, which is going to be really amazing. So let's get started with the first combo. The first combo is going to start off really simple. You're going to normal summon Diva. Diva's going to activate this effect. It's going to summon out your Atlantean Prince. Then you're going to add your goons, send your goons, and then you're going to add your Mistral. Mistral is very important because it's going to allow you to play through hand traps if they haven't already done so. And if not, it's going to look at your opponent's hand and then take something out. Usually you want to take out either a hand trap, or you're going to take out a card you don't want to discard off of Blue Glacier, because you want to keep it in their hand for next turn just as a dead card, or a card that doesn't do anything to your field, or just not like a starter play or something like that. So with Mistral, you're always going to hit a card like a hand trap or something that doesn't do anything to your board. So let's go on. You're going to be using the effect of Mistral. You're going to look at your opponent's hand. You're going to banish one card face up until the end phase, and then you're going to trigger the Dragoons and Graveyard, and you're going to add the Blue Glacier, since you're going to have 5 water monsters in your graveyard after you link summon into the obviously Needle Fiber that's coming up. So you're going to link summon into your Crystron, Halofibrax, Needle Fiber, you can call it whatever, and this is going to summon your next machine, which is going to be your Despot 1. Despot 1 is going to be really important because it's a machine for the Mecha Phantom Beast Link, and it's a level 1, and it's a tuner that spell summons itself back on the field when it goes to the graveyard. So we're going to summon Despot 1, and then we're going to resolve one Glacier. It's going to discard 2 from your opponent's hand, and they're now left with 2 cards in the hand. They're going to get 1 back in the end phase, and then they're going to draw for turn. So they basically have 4 cards, but you're going to end up with 2 negates with just 1 card. So if you have other hand traps, it's going to be really good. So moving on, you're going to go into your Mecha Phantom Beast Link. This card is really amazing. There's like multiple effects, but the one you're going to be using the most is special summoning a Mecha Phantom Beast from your deck, and you can't link summon for the rest of the turn, but that doesn't matter. You're just going to synchro. So what you're going to do is special summon 3 links, not 3 links, but 3 tokens onto the field, and then you're going to use the second effect to tribute itself and a token. It can tribute any monster on the field for these effects. So you can tribute itself, you can tribute a Mermail monster, you can tribute whatever. So you're going to be tribute summoning, well, not tributing, you're going to be tributing the Mecha Phantom Beast Link and a token for O-Line. And before that, you're obviously going to summon the Despot 001, because it triggers when you summon the token. So when you have 2 or more machine monsters that are special summoned at the same time while this card is in your graveyard, you special summon it. So it's just really good for that. And then we're going to tribute the 2 monsters I said, the token and the link monster. You're going to summon the Mecha Phantom Beast O-Line. This card is just really insane. Gets a token, but it's sent to the graveyard, and it's a tuner, so that is really important. In this combo, you're going to be synchro summoning into your Borload Savage Dragon. This is going to be your first negate, and you're going to chain block the O-Lion and the Savage. So chain link 1, you're going to have Savage. Chain link 2 is O-Lion. It comes up, somewhat, but it's just really good for just playing around, certain cards in that situation. So you're going to special summon the token as, chain link 2, and then chain link 1, you're going to resolve, and you can get the Mecha Phantom Beast Link equipped to your Borload Savage Dragon, and you're going to get 3 counters on it. So now you have 3 negates, but technically it's 1 negate, but it has 3 negates. So now you're gonna synchro summon with your Despot 1 in your token for your Herald of the Arclight, and this is going to be your second negate. And then when it goes to the graveyard, you could really not play it, but I do play the Ascended and Ancient Savaris. So that's going to be another card to kind of protect you from any, you know, disruption, like a mind control or a chalice or a unicorn, to kind of bait out your savage. And yeah, it's just a really good card in general. It stops hand traps as well, so if you do hard draw it, you can stop stuff like impermanence and effect veiler, so that is really good. So let's move on to the next combo. The next combo is going to be just the Nephthybis. Nephthybis is a really strong normal summon. So we're going to start off with Nephthybis. We're going to normal summon Nephthybis. You're going to send Dragoons, add Dragoons. That is pretty standard. And then you're going to do the obvious play. I don't really want to explain this because I already explained it. You're going to discard the Mistral and the Dragoons. You're going to look at your opponent's hand, hit a card out of their hand. And then you're going to add the Lapis Dragon. This is different from the other combo because you're not going to get as much value as you would with Diva. Since you have the extra summon, so you need a tuner for your needle fiber, so you're gonna add Lapis instead of your Bone Glacier, and then you're gonna do the same combos, just like the same standard combo. I just went to show it with Atlantean Prince. So you're gonna summon your Despot, you know, 001, or if you draw, it's a Jet Synchron instead, and then you're going to summon your Mecha Phantom Beast Link, and then you're going to get 3 tokens, and then tribute itself after you know, special summon the Despot 1. And then you're going to get your O-line, and then you're going to go into your 2 synchros, which is your Borreload Savage Dragon, and then it's going to be your Herald of the Arclight, and then you're going to get that same ritual, which is the Savaris, and you're going to protect yourself from any targeting from your opponent. So that is basically the Nephthybis combo. And then this next combo doesn't have to do with Needle Fiber, but you can technically go into Needle Fiber if you really want to. But this combo is going to showcase the best combo, I feel like, with Mermail, Abyss Tias, and your Atlantean Dragoons. So what you're going to do is, you know, discard your Dragoons, summon your Teus, and then Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Chainlink 1 is going to be obviously your mandatory Dragoons, and then Chainlink 2 is going to be your Teus. Teus is going to add your Pike, and Pike is going to be discarding your Atlantean Prince, which you added off of Dragoons. So you're going to discard the Atlantean Prince with your Pike, and then you're going to add your Atlantean Guns or your Abyss Gun, and then you're going to special summon your Dragoons from your graveyard with the effect of Prince, and then you're going to overlay into your Bahamut Shark with both your Dragoons and your Atlantean Pike. So that's really important. And then you're going to detach your Dragoons, which is really important for the ad, and then you're going to special summon your Totally Awesome. And if you haven't noticed yet, this is on your 5th summon. So if they do have Nibiru, you can negate it with your Totally Awesome, and then you can add back your Dragoons, you can add back your Nephthybis, whatever you want to do in that situation. And that's just really amazing. It's really good just playing around Nibiru, because that is a really important card you want to play around in these combos, and that's why in all of these combos you're going to be playing around Nibiru most importantly, but you could play around other hand traps as well. So now moving on, you're going to resolve your Dragoons. You're going to add your Bone Glacier back to your hand, because when you do link summon, you're going to have 5 waters in your graveyard, and then you can discard 2 from your opponent's hand. So we're going to go into our Coral Anemone, which is really important because it's going to summon back your Nephthybis. But before that, you're going to summon your Bone Glacier, since you have 5 waters in the graveyard. You have your Teus, you have your Bahamut Shark, you have your Pike, your Dragoons, and your Atlantean Prince. So now we're going to use the effect of Coral. You're going to summon your Nephthybis, and then this is like pretty standard from here. You send Dragoons, you add Dragoons, and then you add the boss monster of this deck, which is Megalo. And then you're going to summon your Megalo, discard your gun and your Dragoons. You're going to add with your Megalo, and you're going to add with your Dragoons, obviously. But Chainlink 3 is going to be your guns to summon your Teus, so you can chain block the Megalo and the Dragoons. So that's really important. It's not really important because at this point, if they didn't use a hand trap now, they're not really going to use a hand trap anytime soon. So, or they just don't have a hand trap at all. So you're going to add your Spell Negate, which is really good for Dark Ruler No More. And that's just like a really strong card in the meta. It can obviously be the Monster Negate or the Trap Negate, depending on the matchup, but this is probably the best out of 3. So now you're going to add the Heavy Infantry, which could be a Prince or a Diva. I'll get into it in a bit. and then you're going to you're going to overlay into your Abyss Gaios, which is going to be a negate on top of your discard, and you're totally awesome. And then if you really wanted to, you can add Diva instead and keep the Neptibus and the Moon Glacier on the field. But in this situation, I'm just gonna put it as many disruption as possible, because if I could do that, I already win anyways. It doesn't really matter that I skip my battle phase due to Moon Glacier leaving the field. So we're going to link summon with the Glacia and the Prince to summon your Alacia, and then you're going to equip your Mikazuchi or whatever it's called onto your Alacia, and that's going to be your final negate on the board. And then during your opponent's turn, you can use the effect of Alacia, discard it, and you can add either a Megalo or a Teus. It depends on your hand. Whichever one is like live in your hand, you could just use it. You don't have any other targets in your deck with Teus, in my build at least. But if you do have other targets, you can, obviously search for Teus, or you can go for Megalo when you, in case your opponent does break your board, you can, summon Megalo again and get OTK on the board. So that is it with the combos. I'm going to showcase the deck profile right now. Alright, so this is the deck profile. I'm playing 3 Ash Blossom because it's just really generic. This is something you can change out for pretty much any card in the deck. I feel like everything that is in the engine or that is in the combos you could pretty much keep in this deck, but all the other cards are pretty changeable in the deck. So 3 Ash Blossom is just really generic in the meta. 3 Dragoons is pretty standard. I feel like heavy infantry, you need at least 2. You can play 3, or you can play a Marsman instead, but I feel like you have to have enough Atlanteans in your deck to kind of further extend your plays, past turn 2, and you can, pop cards on your opponent's side of the field. Then you play 3 Deep Sea Diva because it's your combo starter, 3 Mistral because it plays around hand traps. You have your 1 Despot 1 for the combo. You have 3 Jet Synchron, since this is a 1 card, technically 1 card plus a discard Needle Fiber, and it's just really good for your Mechavenom Beast Link. Then you play 1 Lapis Dragon because it's searchable off of your Dragoons, and it's a tuner for Needle Fiber. You could also do some crazy, synchro plays with it as well if you really wanted to, but in a sense, you're going to be only using it for Needle Fiber or just like link plays in general. And then we play 2 Old Lion. You don't really want to draw this card, so if you at least draw 1, you can, use the second one, but it's really important not to draw this card, because if you don't, you're not really going to put as much disruption as you would with the Mechavenom Beast Link. So the next up is the level 4 or lower Mermails, which is gunned in your pike. This is all you really need for the combo. Then we have the 2 Megalo. You only really need 2. You need 1 for the combo, and then you need 1 for OTKing your opponent. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's good for, Abyss Gaios as well. And then you have 3 Teus. This is obviously really broken in this deck. It searches your pike, and then it searches your gun. And the infamous combo is always Atlantean Drunes plus your Teus. So that's really good. Then you have the 1 Moon Glacia, obvious for the discard. Prince, the best card of the deck. Senziga, Atlantean, adds Atlantean, really strong. And then we have the 1 Ancient and Ascended. This is, you could change this for any card, but it's really good for stopping hand traps. It's really good for stopping anything that targets. So that's really good. And it's searchable off the Herald or Arc-like, which is why you play it at 1. You can play it at 3 if you really wanted to, but I'm playing it at 1 just because it's searchable. Then we play for the spell cards, we play the 1 equipped for the negate. 3 Called by the Grave, pretty standard for a combo deck. You really need this. 1 Cosmic Cyclone just for the Mystic Mind. You could probably play 3 Cosmic if you're really scared of Mystic Mind, because 1 Cosmic is not really going to deal with the Mystic Mind. By then, they're probably going to, kill you, unless they're playing Mystic Mind Burn. They're probably going to draw like a bunch of judgments anyway, so the one's just in case. It's just, for theory, but this could be pretty much anything. And then for the last 2 spells, you have Foolish, which is good for your Jet Synchron, and then your 1 form for any of your level 1s, which is your Prince, your Despot 1, and your Jet Synchron. And then for the extra deck is your Borreload Savage Dragon and your Herald of the Arc-like, your 2 synchros you're going to be making with the Mechavenom Beast Link. Then you have the Bahamut Shark and Toad, which you're just going to have in combination with. And then you have your Biscayos, which is good with your Nephthybus or your Dragoon plus your Teus combo. And then we play the one axis Cold Talker. This is really good with Dark Ruler with no more, because there's no real way to kind of break your opponent's board without, you know, summoning something like this or the Unchained Abomination. So this card is just really insane. It comes out in ETCO. Just basically it pops cards on your opponent's side of the field by banishing a link monster with different attributes. So it's just a really strong card. Then we have Borosword for OTK. We have 2 Fibrex because you need one for the combo, and then you need one for Borosword to OC your opponent if you really need to. Sometimes you already have damage on board. You can just, you know, summon a bunch of monsters, since the deck can just spit out a ton of monsters turn 1 and turn 2. So just a really good card in general, just for, you know, really good link monsters like, you know, Phoenix. Phoenix is really generic as well. Unicorn is just really generic as well, so you need those cards for utility. Link Rebo is really good for your Jet Synchron, so you can make the 1 card Firebrax, or technically the 2 card. And then we play the 1 Coral for the combo, and you just special summon any of the monsters with level or 100 and 500 tech or lower, which is your Mistral, your Prince, or it can even be your heavy infantry if you really need it. It's just there for that, or it can summon the Lavish Dragon as well. So it's really versatile, but most of the time you're going to be summoning Prince. Then the 1 Phantom Beast Link, it's just really strong, and then your 1 Alacia for the regular Mermail combo. So that is it, guys. This deck is just really insane. I have a lot of hopes for this deck. Hopefully this is kind of showcasing kind of like the potential of what Mermail can do. I know the side deck is there, but it's really irrelevant. It's kind of just showcasing just standard cards you can play in the side deck. But yeah, that is it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.